Hi, my name is Alicia Fleenor, and I'm going to take some time to share my story with you. So I grew up in a Christian home to two loving and caring parents who both followed Jesus and took my brother and I to church every single Sunday. I have several family members in my extended family who have been pastors. So I'm really thankful for the upbringing of being a part of a family and knowing what that looks like to be in a church-going family. So as a result of those things, I was baptized at a young age, at the age of 8. And at that point in time, I understood what it looked like to follow Jesus in the sense of doing the right things, and I knew that Jesus had died for me and that I had done wrong things, and he died to save me from those things. And that was about the extent of what my knowledge and Christianity was. I learned a lot of stories and could tell you things, but so about the time from when I was age 8 to 15, I kind of went through the motions of Christianity, went through school and sports and other activities, and then went to church on Sundays with my family. And throughout that time, I just really put other things first. I put grades and relationships and other things as a priority to my relationship with Christ. So my freshman year in high school, I got introduced to Crew through some friends, and we actually had Crew at my high school, so I was able to go to that. It was actually called Student Venture at the time, and it's a Christian movement that's present among several college campuses, and I actually had it at my high school. So I quickly got involved and got the opportunity to go to a winter retreat called Fast Break, and that I specifically remember the speaker there talking about how we place things in our hearts or idols above walking with the Lord, and I really realized at that point in time that I was placing other things first and second in my relationship with the Lord. Wasn't even really a relationship, it was just something that I did out of habit or out of religious duties of fulfilling a role of being a good Christian girl and family member. So at that point in time, I really wanted a relationship with God and what it looked like to walk like Jesus did, but I didn't really know what that would look like. So I continued my involvement with Crew, continued to do the right things. I quickly was put into a leadership role. And so during the time of high school, I was playing volleyball. I was, again, doing a lot of the right things and learning what it looked like, learning a lot of useful tools about what it looks like to walk with Jesus and act like him, and continuing to just do the morally good things. And at that point in time, I really did walk through having a relationship with God throughout my time in high school. So that was really valuable time in my life, that if I wouldn't have been introduced to a relationship with God at that point in time, I don't know where my life would really be at this point in time. So I started preparing to come to college, and I really just wanted to go to a Christian school so I could be in a Christian bubble. Like, I kind of made myself into being in a Christian bubble in high school, and then I applied to 3 Christian schools and applied to Ball State, and really didn't want to come to Ball State, but somehow God led me to come here anyway. And during that time, I really experienced a lot of anxiety. I couldn't pinpoint what it was, but later on I realized it was about coming to school and leaving the comfort and security of my home. And so I came to Ball State, and I enjoyed it. I liked it, but I still would have rather been at home. And I got involved with Crew here, but it wasn't the same, and it was a really difficult transition. I realized a lot of my comforts and securities were not in the Lord. They were placed in my home and my home environment, where I felt safe and secure and known for who my identity was. And so after a hard first year with a series of several just bad experiences, I finally came to the place where I realized that I need to put my full trust in the Lord. And I had learned what that looked like, but now I had to do it practically. I actually had to place my full trust and my full faith and comfort and security in a relationship with God. And I didn't really know where to start, and I felt myself alone and isolated, and the only thing that I had to rely on was not people, not my parents, not my friends, not a boyfriend. It was the Lord and the Bible and the truths that I knew but actually had to believe and put into practice. So since that point in time, I've continued to walk forward in these things and what it looks like to trust the Lord through different anxieties, through different experiences, through just the fears of the future, and what it looks like to trust the Lord despite all circumstances, not just when things are good and when you're having a great time, but actually when things get hard and you have to put your faith and trust in something bigger than what this world can offer. So after a life of kind of doing what religiously looked good on the outside, I really realized that I was broken and in need of a Savior to save me, to rescue me, to be my comfort and my hope and my security. And so that is why relationship is greater than religion. Thank you.